right. Well, this is something new. This is something new that we're actually going to try in coming weeks, where we do what we're just going to call a midweek check-in, and this can be anything from our personal running health and or progression. For me, obviously, as many of you know, I've been struggling to have the motivation, although the motivation is back. What's funny, because I've had the excitement to do it again, but maybe just a little bit of either lack of motivation or being very distracted with other things. But it's interesting, as I've mentioned in the last podcast, that actually came back, which was awesome. I was enjoying just getting out and running for no other reason than just getting out and running, which was really cool. And then I started the shed, that whole thing. And as Mitch mentioned, one of the things I am, I just do a lot is, or I have a tendency to do is, when I start something, man, I just jump in, and that's my focus for however long it takes to either complete that or get bored with it maybe. Either way, that is now pretty much done. So I got out this morning and I got a run in, and that was really fun. It was actually fun to go out just kind of knowing the distance. And it's interesting, as I have progressed through my running journey, one of the things that I have found is the longer the distance goes, the more obstacles that you can create either in your own head or in reality of trying to get out and get your run in. So let's say if you know you got to get a 20-mile run in, there are some obstacles that come with that, more so than if you're just trying to get a 5-miler in. Let's just talk about the route alone. It's very easy to find a 5-mile route, which I did this morning. And it was nice to just go out, and I kind of had an idea of the direction, and then I made a couple of turns. I thought, well, I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to come back. Whereas with a 20-miler, it can be very difficult if you're not just going to do a ton of loops. Let's say 4 of those 5-mile loops, which has its benefits as well, depending on time of year or your mental state where you're at. But anyway, it was fun to get out this morning and get a run in, just for the sake of just getting out and getting a run in. I don't have anything on the calendar right now as far as a race goes, so it's actually kind of nice. I'm not sure what this is in the picture right here. I'm just now looking, and I'm not even sure if this is in focus. I hope this is just the quality. Oh yeah, it's just the quality of this. So hopefully this is better quality as we work on this and hope to put out a clear picture, because that's not what I'm seeing on my computer right now. But anyway, I let's go back to what I was talking about in the run. It was just nice to get out, not having anything on the calendar, and get a fun run in, 5-miler. It felt great. It's funny, I got ready this morning and it was 40, I don't know, I think it was 42, feels like a 39. And I layered appropriately for that. And for me, I have a tendency to run cold, so I would rather put on I don't want to say too much, but an extra layer and be a little warm, especially given that it's a 5-mile run in 40 degrees. We're not talking 0 degrees here. But I would rather just be a little more comfortable on the warm side than the cool side for me, because like I said, have a tendency to run cold. However, that said, I layered up for 40. And by the time the way the morning went, I didn't get out till an hour later, and it was like pushing, I don't know, upper 40s now and sunny. So I was definitely had plenty on, but it still felt good. It was nice. All that to say, yeah. So we have a really exciting episode coming out this week, and I believe that the way things are going, Mitch and I are really enjoying the getting back in the studio and getting some of these recordings done, which I'm kind of bummed we took the summer off, and I think Mitch would be too. However, it was probably a necessary thing that we, in hindsight, I believe it probably was the right thing to do. So we have that excitement now, and well, the first episode, or the first comeback episode, I should say, behind us, and this weekend's episode, which is coming out, teaser, this person has been on the episode 2 times before, and we are super excited to have him back and talking about future goals for him and what he has going, as well as just some things that he's going to be doing with I Don't Know Running Podcasts. So with that said, just that little bit of a teaser, and just kind of wanted to put this out there and see what everybody thought. This will actually be live streamed going forward. It's going to be something I'm probably just going to jump down here on a Tuesday morning, is what I'm thinking, after a run. Jump down here, go live, and just talk about the run, talk about the week, give you a little teaser of what's to come for the episode for this what would be this coming Sunday. And yeah, just try to connect with people. It will be kind of a normal live stream. I don't know if I'll be able to get to the point of being able to watch, like, who would potentially be watching live. I mean, it's going to be a weird time of day, so people are going to be working. But for me, it actually works out because I don't go in on Tuesdays until later, usually around lunchtime. So it allows me to come down here, do a quick little podcast, and and just check in. Midweek check-in. We'll probably talk about maybe some current events as far as running goes, and either maybe what has just happened or what is yet to come, like some races. One big shout out, like for instance, for this week, we just had a really good buddy, Brian, who we've talked about him. He's been on the podcast, and we've talked about him plenty on the podcast. He has the Brian Steinberg Runs Too Much YouTube channel, which has tons and tons of races. He just finished up another 100-miler. I don't even know what number that is. He's got to be approaching, I don't know, 50 or something. I don't know. He's up there with 100-milers, and that could be even low. I don't know. But anyway, he just finished up Tunnel Hill. Well done, Brian. Really happy for him. And yeah, so we are excited and looking forward to more things like this to come, trying to introduce some more things to help just motivate people. I mean, a lot of running is keeping motivated, and I know for me that was the case. That's why I had to kind of just take a step back and just reorganize some things in life and find that motivation again. And I found it. So that's really cool. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I want to jump in and just kind of feel this out, how this is going to work. And that's going to wrap up this short episode of the I Don't Know Running podcast. Be sure to tune in next time as we share more about what we just don't know. And until then, happy running.